Hey everybody, Matt from roostflat.com. Today we're showing you how to sign up and get started on Roost Flat. So if you've got flatmates that you wish to list and create invoices for, whether it be for groceries or power and just general rent invoices, watch this video and we'll show you how to get started. Now if you see on my screen here, we're going to go to sign up first, of course. So what we want to do is click register. And everyone at the moment gets a free 3-month trial. So you'll put your personal details in. We'll set up a fake account. Mr. Bob Doe, put his phone number in, email address. So that's obviously a unique email that we're going to send an activation email to. Put your password in. Put your postal address in as well. So PO Box maybe 123 Pukekohe, Auckland. And once you've put all your details in, we're going to click the register button. Cool. Welcome Bob, please activate your email. So I'm going to go to my email inbox and find that activation email. There it is. And I'll just click activate my account and away we go. So now that we have activated our account, we want to sign in. So we'll put my email address in and my password. Of course, use your own details, and click sign in, and then you'll get to the dashboard. But first, what you've got to do is select your subscription. This is what happens when you first log in. So you'll see here you've got the free trial. So select what account you want. So you can get the Chook, the Hen, or the Rooster account. Most people are going to select the Chook account because most people just have a house or two. The Chook account has 2 flatmates and 1 house. If you've got more than 1 house, of course you want to have the Hen or the Rooster account. So if you've got quite a few houses, the Rooster account's the way to go. But any of these are a free trial for 3 months, so you might want to select the Hen account. So I'll click Start Free Trial. And bingo, cheers, we've applied your free trial. So you are ready to go, and it takes you straight to the Properties page. So we're going to click Add Property. This is where we can add in each of our houses, or just our 1 house even. So in the property name, we'll give it a nickname, maybe like My Home, or just something simple like Hall Street Flats. So you can just distinguish it without having to look at the full address. If you've got, say, 2 lots of flats, you could call one of them Hall Street Flats and one Routley Flats. Physical address, so that could be 3 Hall Street, Pukekohe, Auckland, and the country. So we're going to click update. Lovely. We've added the properties. Now we want to add some flatmates to this property. Click here to go to the flatmates page, easy. And as soon as we click that, it adds a flatmate for us. So now we're going to type the flatmate's name in. So Beryl Bobson, and Beryl at bobson.com, an example email address. Make sure you put the proper email in because this is where the invoices are emailed to. You can also put a mobile number in for the flatmate, and that basically means that when you create an invoice for that flatmate, they can you can click the text icon and the invoice is texted to the flatmate. Spelled Beryl wrong. There we go. So it could be 021 555 555. And then I'll just click update again. So we've done that. So we've added the property and we've added our flatmate. Now what we want to do is we want to link these two together. So we want to link Beryl to the Hall Street Flats account. So we're going to add a contract for Beryl. Okay, so here's a little tip for creating contracts, but we're just going to skip through this and I'll just go over it in this tutorial with you. So what we're going to do first is bind the flatmate to the property to create the rental contract. So we're going to select Beryl and the property Hall Street Flats. That's done. Now when does Beryl move in? Has she already moved in? If so, select the date she moved in, or select the future date where she's probably going to move in. So let's say she's going to move in on the 24th of March, and we don't know when she's going to move out, so we're just going to select no run until I set an end date. Now we've got rent charges. This is how much the flatmate is charged every billing period. So most people charge a weekly fee for renting in a property, or flatting you could say. So let's say Beryl pays $150 every week, but you can also select fortnightly or monthly. And the agreement fields is where you can type in on each line a agreement, like a contract clause as such. So for instance, you may be liable for any damages to your room or any maybe household items. Another one could be you are allowed to have your partner stay a maximum of 2 nights per week. There's quite a few you could put in there, so just make sure you cover everything. It could also include things like how much notice you have to give before you move out. Like you must give a 3 weeks notice before moving out of the premises. And once I've done that, I can click create contract, and that sets up the contract. Done. So that's our contract there. So what's going to happen now is that every week, and we just quickly, if we could edit again, we set her up on a Monday. So she moves in on a Monday, so every Monday she's going to get billed. So basically that's starting on the 24th, so it's the 15th today, for example. So she's not going to get billed this coming Monday, but the Monday after for the week ahead of her. So she's paying in advance. So she's going to get a $150 invoice generated automatically by Roost and emailed to her on that date. So essentially she'll have that sent to her. And then what you can do is click on our My Roost link. That takes us back to the dashboard. And if we go to properties, you'll see Hall Street Flats is set up. If we go to Flatmates, Beryl's set up. And under contracts again, contract is set up. Now we want to click manage payments. Let's say Beryl has already moved in, let's say 2 weeks ahead, and we have bought her maybe groceries for the week. We'll click on my payments and then we'll add a invoice. And then we're going to select who the invoice is to. So it's Beryl. What you do is click the little plus button and you'll see Beryl pops in here. Now let's say we had a few flatmates. We had Beryl and Bob. We could add Bob in as well. So let's say you're flatting with Beryl. You'll want to put yourself in there too maybe, so you can split the invoice half and half. But if you already know the value of the invoice, say it's $100, so it's easy, it's $50, you can just create a separate invoice just for Beryl. And we could put groceries in from the 24th to the 31st of March, if there is 31st in March, I don't know. And then we've got one here which is quantity, so it's just going to stay as 1. And then we're going to put the value in of the groceries. So let's say it was $50. You'll see that populates there. Let's say she pays for 4 weeks of groceries in advance. You can put 4 in, and that'll basically mean that it's $200 that she owes. But we'll leave that as 1. And then what we'll do is we'll go and create the invoice. Simple as that. And you'll see here there's other options like email to flatmates and text to flatmates. So you can actually tick these, and as soon as you click create invoice, that invoice is generated and sent to the flatmates straight away. So you could pretty much have that texted to them instantly wherever they are in and around the country or even the world. So we'll click create invoice, and the invoice was added successfully. Great. So you'll see under awaiting payment we have Beryl's invoice here, and once this goes overdue it'll highlight in red and come up into this outstanding payments block, just so you've got an idea. You can also see the total amount of invoices that are being owed, so you can see how much you're owed in total. You can also see things like who's paid, and even just draft invoices for maybe things that are coming up in the future that you want to get ready to bill. Now what we can do is click mark as paid. So let's say Beryl has paid some of the invoice. So we can add payments to this invoice. Let's say Beryl gives us $25 cash. I can put $25 into this box here. And now you'll see that the subtotal is 50, but as I type the value in, the balance drops. So now she only owes $25, so the balance owing is 25. So if I could confirm and add payments, look, we've got payments made. Payment from Beryl Bobson, date, time, and the amount paid. So now you'll see that Beryl only owes $25. So let's say tomorrow she pays me $5. Not much, is it? But it's still a bit of the invoice. So we can add that to it. So we can just keep an easy record on Roost of what she's paid. Now she only owes $20. So let's say she pays $20 in a few days from now. Done. This invoice has been paid. And there's her payments. And it's all done and dusted. Now let's say I wanted to download the invoice just for printing out and filing. Just click the download invoice link and you'll see Beryl's invoice pops up here. My details will come up in here, as well as who it's billed to, which is Beryl, the date, and what products she ordered. Well, sorry, what products, or what services and stuff was rendered for this invoice. And that's the total, so I can print that out. And also, when I click email to Flatmates, that emails it to Beryl as well. So that's that. So now if you go back to your dashboard, My Roost, we've got everything sorted out. And you'll find that her invoice will get added in automatically on the 24th under awaiting payment. So then all you have to do is log in once she's paid and just mark it as paid each time, so you can keep a record. Now what I can do is I can go to my Flatmates and click Manage. And I can also add files to Beryl as well. And what I can do here as well is I can also download her rental agreement. So if you click Download Agreement PDF, you'll see here that Beryl's rental agreement is all automatically generated for me. So it says contract for property, Hall Street Flats, blah blah blah, contract for Flatmate. And the terms and rules, you'll see it generates this automatically, and we can also print this off and sign it manually by her and by myself, and we can date it. So that makes it easy to have a written record document of the rental agreement in case something, God forbid, went wrong and you needed to have some sort of backup to say, no, look, this is what you signed up for and you've broken this contract, so this is what's going to happen. But hopefully that doesn't happen, of course, but it's always good to have a backup, hence why we set that up. You'll see here we can add files to Beryl's account. So let's say Beryl has signed the agreement and emailed it to me or scanned it to me. I can then upload it into this area here. So I can put in rent agreement signed in a description. Maybe it was signed on the 24th of the 3rd, just as she moved in. Click create file. Now I can upload the agreement. So let's say, for example, we're going to upload a totally unrelated file. Oh, no, too big. You just want to upload something small that can be added in, like a PDF or an image. But I don't have anything to upload here. If I just find an example. Let's say we're going to use one of these PDF documents here. Maybe an email template document. That uploads the file into the system. And then essentially, as you can see here, we have uploaded the file, and we can just click the file to download it. So that makes it easy. So if you come back in the future and you need to download something that's related to her, you can just click on that link or download file, and yeah, you can open up that file and print it out again. So it's just a backup instead of having to store it on your computer or somewhere where you might lose it, or you might be overseas or somewhere and you want to just pull that file out straight away. You can just log into Roost, download that file. And then of course you can delete it and delete Beryl maybe after she moves out and you want to clean everything up. But that's getting started on Roost, so have a go yourself and even follow this tutorial in little bits, pause and play, work your way through it. But if you need any help, just click on support and you can contact me via this email below, and I can go over it on the phone with you or over it with the email. and it'll help you get started. But yeah, check out the frequently asked questions as well. We're going to develop on this as well, so it makes it a bit more interesting. And probably do some more videos as well on specific areas like starting an invoice, like setting up a flatmate. And we're also going to add a lot of new features in as well as we grow, to support managing your property more. For instance, when your rubbish is due, automatic reminders of things like that, because I myself, being a homeowner, forget things like that, and that's all a part of Roost, just making life easier for your flatmates and managing your property. So yeah, have a great weekend, and well, if you're watching this on the weekend or the week, and yeah, have a go, get started, get your trial running. If you have any problems, give me an email and I'll be right onto it. Cheers, have a good weekend.